Hello, good morning, good Saturday. I hope that you are well. I thought I will use this opportunity, since the gym is quite kind of empty, to take you through how I build my deadlift. I will take you through the technique, what I believe by experience, and what best worked for me and what I coach my clients to. I will also take you through how I warm up towards the weight that I want to do. So I'm gonna be also just giving you some tips about deadlift. So here is all technique. If you wanna hang up with me, I try not to keep it too long. I am doing my own training at the moment. So the first movement, I just did a warm up. I also did some walk. Currently, I am at 6,000 steps because I did my morning walk. I took a little bit longer today because it's Saturday, but I am pumped to share with you a deadlift kind of like time together. So the first thing that I'm gonna mention is that I am gonna be aiming top 5 repetitions, okay? Which means that is a repetitions range of strength. So I'm working on strength. And it's very clear, it's very important that you understand the difference between the repetition and what the repetition is telling you about how much you should be lifting. Now, when it's a repetition range of 5 reps, obviously you cannot just go straight away to the weight that you're gonna be lifting, because you are gonna hurt yourself, and also because if you warm up properly, you are more likely to lift more and feel stronger, just because you activate the right amount of muscle fibers. So we know, this is something that I use a lot with clients. Think of muscle recruitment as like, an arrow, and I always forget the word in English, but basically, so if you do it very fast, you will not recruit as many muscles as if you start slowly building up. So without taking too long, because otherwise it becomes very long on your session, I would recommend to do about 2 to 3 sets in which you're working towards building up your ideal weight. Also, I don't know if you guys work with tempo, but I'm not gonna get into tempo because I know that not many people understand that. However, there are tempo that I always work when even working on strength. Before, I didn't used to do it, but I try to keep a slow tempo on the way up and on the way down. Obviously, as I'm reaching towards the 5th rep, my ability to sustain the eccentric part, which is the way down, is gonna be reduced because I'm just literally don't have any more strength. But the idea is to work towards being able to manage the 5 reps before I push more weight into my deadlift. It's all about understanding the movement, feeling the movement, rather than obsessing so much over how much weight you are lifting. So with this being said, what I have done already is some mobility, some steps. I like to warm up my back. It's just that I work on the desk, so I'm very conscious of opening up my thoracic cage every time I'm training. So you will see that maybe while I build the sets, I'm gonna be doing this exercise. It has nothing to do with the deadlift. It's something that I personally like adding as I warm up to the deadlift. So what I will start with is I would recommend you to always start with just the barbell. Obviously this is for you that are able to do more than the barbell, but I will recommend you to start just with the barbell, and with the barbell with a sustained tempo, which is regular weight down and up. Do about 10 to 12 reps, feeling the movement. That's what I'm about to do. So I'm going to show you now the angles. Alright, so starting from here, I will turn around as I do the exercises. So you're going to hold the barbell. I always use the thumb rule in here. So I'm mainly doing this for my clients. So it's going to be a little bit longer, but if you want to hold over with me, you're welcome. So finger rule, which means the barbell has always these 2 different textures, and this is telling you some universal measurements. So what I do normally is to use the thumb rule, which means putting the thumb finger at the beginning of the rough part, and more or less in there you will be in a more ergonomic way of holding the barbell. But this is something that you will adapt to your size. I'm very small, but this by default is something that I use with almost all my clients. So, all right, thumb rule. We're gonna start. We're gonna go 3 seconds down, hold 1 second at the bottom, and come back up. Now what I'm doing is a Romanian deadlift. I'm not doing deadlift yet, so I'm gonna go for 10 of these ones. The reason why I like stopping at the bottom is because right here is where you actually activate the glutes and the hamstrings. So all the way down, control it, hold it here, right, bring your hips up, look forward. One in here, right with your hips up, look forward, and then again. Stop 1 second at the bottom, come back up. We're gonna do for 5 more. And then I do the next ones at the front. Now the difference between Romanian deadlift and deadlift is simply just the position. But if you want to know, the Romanian deadlift is in one of my lives on oh, thank you, there's a lot of people commenting. It's in one of my lives on the already recorded videos. Now I'm gonna start loading up the weight. So because the weight that I'm aiming for is 70 kg, it's not very heavy. I used to lift a lot, but I'm not focusing on the lift. I'm focusing on how much I can control the 5 repetitions without losing the ability of keeping my whole body engaged, okay? So for that reason, the barbell is 20, and if I'm aiming to lift 70, I'm gonna put about 15 on each side, just because I know that 50 is still a very easy weight for me to do on the deadlift, okay? So as I do this, I would say that very important in any gym you go, as soon as you take your weights, put them away. It's just ethics and respect for the people who work at the gym. Thank you for those of you who are waiting. Alright, so now I have 15 kg on the dumbbell, on the barbell, and I'm gonna be doing around 10 reps with 10 kg, okay? Have a look. Alright, do 5 just so you don't get bored. But normally I will warm up that way. Alright. So again. Now we want to make sure that the barbell is actually touching your shins. You're feeling it on your shins. Hold yourself into here. Leave enough space between your arms so you can actually feel your knees in. This is very important. I'll show you again. Pause. Here you go. So in here, thumb rule, my hips are up still. Now I'm gonna come down to get to the deadlift position. But in this position, I need to have enough space between my arms. Otherwise, your arms will be here, and you will be putting your back in a compromising position to do a heavy lift. I'll show you from a different angle. You need to get this right before you actually start piling up whole weights on the bar. Sorry. So. Show you here. Bring it towards your shins. Alright, my hips are up still. Now I'm gonna get ready to lift. My hips go down. That's why this is the Romanian deadlift. This is deadlift. Get ready for the lift. And that's the part that I want to show you. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go with 5 reps. Have a look. Alright, we get ready, back is ready, and we go. Controlling the way down. 2. Alright, so I did 5 with that with that weight, because I also want you to have a look from here. Now, what I want you to have a look from here is actually when I want to lift here, we want to make sure, I'm going to show you one of the most common mistakes when doing the deadlift. will be, okay, I can see myself from there, okay. You come here into the barbell, you set, but maybe you come too low, which means that you will do this before actually pulling the barbell, yeah? Or you will then do this and then pull the barbell. If your core and your back is not strong enough, that's why before, thank you for the heart, that's why, waving everyone, so that's why before you actually focus so much into pulling the weight up, and no matter what, at what cost, focus on actually doing the movement right if you want to get the benefits of activating the whole muscle group instead of just pulling the weight. So like this, you will get more out of your training. And this is why, as a coach, unless you are a performance athlete, it's different. But as a coach, you shouldn't be telling, or as a client, you shouldn't be asking for your coach how much weight you should be lifting, because it's all by how you feel the movement. Okay, so I'm gonna show you again. I want you to look that my hips are not gonna come up before my hands. So I'm here, come down into the position, my back is strong, I activate my glutes. Right now my glutes are super engaged, and from here I'm gonna move all the body at the same time, bring the barbell up, and then come down. And again, I reset myself, up, and control the way down. And again. And that's one. So that, for example, I didn't see myself doing it, but I can feel it by experience that my glutes are not coming on before the lift. What I will proceed to do now here will be, so that's 50 kg. So I will be adding the next 10 on each side. I will be putting my belt and the straps. I have another video on straps, I believe, a reel on straps, but I will be doing a video on that. I believe I'm gonna leave this one just here because it's a little bit too long. I hope you enjoyed and have a beautiful Saturday. Bye bye.